Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another review. This is another paid request, this time from Edward. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of reviews, topics, randomness, out of the blueness, re-reviews, randomness, just whatever it may be, commentaries, whatever, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for South Park Season 4, Episodes 16 and 17. And both episodes were interesting, to say the least. Episode 16, I would say that's interesting because it tried to do a little bit of two things. A little bit of Children of the Corn, and a little bit of the Star Trek episode, I forget what it was. A Star Trek episode where our characters come in and it's only kids running the place. It's like, where are the adults? The birth givers. But there's also a bit of Children of the Corn. Pretty much, Kyle wants to go to this concert with the other kids. The concert is the Raging Pussies. Go figure. Kyle's parents say no. And then they give a bullshit, okay, fine, if you do this, this, and this. Which he does. He shovels the driveway and he brings democracy to Cuba. And the parents still say no. And I'm like, wow, these parents are dicks. Kyle did a good job. I mean, come on, if your kid's able to bring democracy to Cuba, and not Cuba Gooding Jr., to Cuba, yeah, let him see the fucking concert. Let him see the fucking Raging Pussies. So the fact that he brings you bring democracy to a country like Cuba, nah, you're not gonna go anyway. Well, fuck you, parents. You did what you deserve. And then, of course, he's pissed, and then Carmen's like, well, I remember hearing this thing that if you call the police and say they molested you, I mean, I don't know what it is, but apparently if you say that, they'll take your parents away. And that's kind of the interesting thing about the show, is that the kids will say some crazy shit, but then there's a lot of stuff that are actually completely innocent about. Like, I forget what it was. It was when a bunch of the kids had to go to this session where a bunch of kids from different parts of the country had to either sing or something. It's when the other kids from another city would make fun of and insult the South Park kids, and the kids didn't really understand what the insult meant. And then they would try to insult back, and they screwed it up. I forget which episode that was. I know that's vague. But again, how there'll be certain things they say, and then they don't know what it is. It's like they don't know what a prostitute is. That was another episode. And they asked Chef, and Isaac Hayes going, why do you keep asking me these things? But yeah, it's kind of fun. Like, they are fourth graders at this point of the show. They don't know what a prostitute is. They don't know what the word molester means. But it's with all the crazy shit they do say, that certain bit of innocence has an interesting dichotomy to it. I don't know what that is, but if you say it, they'll take your parents away for a bit. And so pretty much all the kids start doing it, and then it gets to a point where there's no parents at all in the town. And they even do like a reference to Risky Business, where when Tom Cruise came out in his underwear, Kyle comes out, and you have that song, do the same soul, all time of rock and roll. Which is always nice to hear that song. And that's done in a montage of all the adults being arrested. And then, like Children of the Corn, you have this couple come in, and they run out of gas and such, and it's like a horror film going through town. And that was kind of fun to see the different designs of the town, like seeing this town being crumbled, and the South Park kids are really divided into these camps, and they're just bottom of the barrel. And then when you find out later, it's only been 10 days. But like here, Cartman's the mayor. Over there, the kindergartners are crazy. If you cross this line, they'll spitball you. And there's a part of me that kind of, I think it would have been funnier if somehow they did get the actors from Children of the Corn to do this. Not that they would ever do it, but if you somehow got like Linda Hamilton and the other the guy from Children of the Corn to do it. I did that would never happen, but I just think that would be even funnier. I don't remember the Star Trek episode, but I know there was one where again they came across like a bunch of kids that just was running the place. I think that's where this episode mentioned the birth givers. Your birth givers. Those were your parents. And I know for certain they reference Children of the Corn because Cartman goes, Outlander! We have your woman! Her blood will spill! Outlander! And the fact, I mean, I never thought South Park would reference something like Children of the Corn, but that's actually kind of funny to me. I don't know why. Just I actually don't mind Children of the Corn. It's not a favorite movie of mine. But I remember not minding the movie, and it's not something you see referenced every day on a cartoon, let alone something like South Park. So, with all that said, and thankfully they stick a lot of the story with the kids. Once in a while they go to the parents as they're being taught not to do what they didn't actually do in the first place. But again, thankfully they realized, though it's more interesting what's going on in the town, so that for the most part they stick with the town. I thought that was the right choice. Music-wise, I thought they did a nice job when the couple comes to the town. They did have that horror film feel and vibe to it, which made sense with what they're referencing. And then at the end, the parents come in. We're so sorry, but you didn't do anything. Yeah, but no, yes we did. So it shows like even the parents, they were so almost brainwashed into admitting to doing something they didn't do, and the kids like, oh, we don't care. Like they don't think anything of it, because they're kids, they're fourth graders. So that was a fun episode. And then episode 17 was a Christmas one where Kyle's looking for Mr. Hanky, has his melted cookies. He didn't show up. I do like during the episode, he's worried. He wakes the other three kids up, and you see like Cartman, Stan, Kenny. I like the designs of seeing them so sleepy and disheveled. Kids, it's nice to see the characters drawn a little bit differently. Just if you watch enough of the show, you see the same design over and over again. I like when they change it up. Like, granted, this was a fake one, but they had the thin Cartman. Right, you find out that was someone else and not actually Cartman. But changing the design to a thin Cartman, or even here where one has their hair parted down here, it's nice to have a little bit of a change of pace from time to time. And you found out Mr. Hanky actually has a family, 3 kids, and a drunk wife. And the drunk wife's, I don't going on about how pretty much Mr. Hanky's dick is small and being a drunk bitch. And makes you feel sorry Mr. Hanky got to deal with this fucking drunk tank. Septic tank means a drunk tank. I mean, deal with the bitch. And then it is a Christmas special, and the people in town, they're not worried about Christmas. They're not thinking about Christmas. They don't want to go into the commercialism of Christmas. Oh, it's just about love and wonder and being with each other and family, which is true. But of course, South Park, they do another twist on it. We said, no, we gotta think about commercialism. And so the kids actually decide to make their own cartoon. And it's kind of fun because it's kind of like the creators of the show showing how they make the show through the eyes of the kids who try to make their own cutouts of their own characters. Oh, we have to shoot it every frame at a time. We gotta do voice work. I actually would like to have seen more of that. I think that would have actually been a fun piece of the episode that take your experience making a show, plug that into what the kids are experiencing. Yeah, I think the whole show could have been about that. Not just about Mr. Hanky. Like, you could excuse the Mr. Hanky, the Christmas stuff. Just these kids wanting to make their own cartoon and just show kind of a show the viewer what we do, but then we need to go a little bit over the top because it's not factual. We don't want to be completely factual reality. It's still entertainment. Because the bits where they go, well, they shoot in each frame of their cartoon. Oh, these are different mouths. So they're saying what will they say next? Okay, well that's the word, that's the mouth we gotta put on there, and then that's the mouth we gotta put on there, and click. Something about that was kind of fun. It's breaking the fourth wall, but not really. And there's other random bits that stick out in my mind. Like they're watching a Charlie Brown special, and they're making fun of the way the characters talk on the show. Or this one character, Butters, who's always seems like the nice kid. He has his own cutout, which the other kids don't want to use. And he takes his own cutout, then he takes like a cutout of someone else. It's like he pretends to be the girl. Would you like to slap my titties around? Oh no, I cannot do that. Is that just not something you would expect out of that character? They do a parody of the song Circle of Life, where Mr. Hanky talks to one of his kids, and one of his kids are like, oh, I don't know why we're doing this. This is stupid. Only the South Park guys should create a song about the importance of poo and the blade of grass, and they somehow make it an epic sounding song as they're doing their parody and style of the Circle of Life with the Lion King. That's probably one of the reasons. I mean, I like South Park the movie, and one of the reasons is because not only I found it funny, but wow, they did actually do fairly nice job with their songs. And it might not be a song I'll listen to on my own, but within the piece, within the material, I'm like, okay, that's actually not too bad. Does they actually put effort into it? They don't just, they're not lazy with it. Oh, speaking of which, this movies, I've been told by some of you guys that the South Park movies they're making will not be feature length. Which to me is stupid, because then what the fuck is the point that it's not really a movie if it's not feature length? Then what's the point of saying we're going to do a movie, but then it's not a movie because it's not even feature length? So then it's not a movie. So why did you say you don't do a movie? People go, well, what's the difference? What's interested me with a movie is that you don't have to tell one consistent story for 80, 90 minutes, which would be tougher, but could lead to some interesting potential. If that's not the case, then what's going to make this different from just a regular episode of the show? You know what I mean? Like, what's going to separate their movies to just another episode? So I don't know about that then. I don't know. And again, they do their kind of fun take on the importance of commercialism. Buying things help our economy. Which, I mean, they got a point. I mean, they do have a point. Is that it does help the economy. Because, yeah, it's commercial, Christmas, buying stuff. But that helps a lot of things move on a quicker basis. That helps a lot of stores financially. If you're not just buying toys, you're also probably buying decorations, you're buying food for parties, all sorts of stuff. That does help the economy quite a bit. Despite how some people want things so superficial, so shallow. On the flip side, it does help. It does help fairly well, and I guess the South Park guys, they know that too. And it's like people don't want to say it because that's mean or no, that's the fucking truth. And it's kind of, I may not always like what the South Park guys say, and I may not always agree with what they say or do, but there are times, okay, I can appreciate what they're going for, like in this. I will say, as I've watched more and more of the show, I definitely have grown appreciation of the South Park show. I will say. I did. The more I've watched it, the more appreciation has grown for it. I mean, the animation and music for the most part in this episode, kind of this. Well, not the same. Like like the original songs. Like they have the Circle of Life song. There's one called "Even Miracles Need a Hand." Like I said, I do commend them. Try to put a little bit of effort and trying to make it either a song in the vibe, like this the Christmas special vibe, and not try to be lazy about it. I've said that before, but there are times like, just throw something out. Who cares? It's a kid show. It's a goofy, juvenile, crazy kid show. Is it? Well, yeah, they care. And obviously stuff like that has helped their success to how they're on the air still to this day. Along with The Simpsons, Family Guy I'm just not a fan of. I could easily say I like South Park more than Family Guy. Simpsons I like. I don't watch their new stuff anymore. But the Family Guy I think sucks, honestly. But anyway, these episodes are pretty decent. I don't have a lot of issues with them for what they are. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.